done it again. I had content for you guys and didn't have the microphone going. I think the only answer is just kill OBS altogether between streams, because it starts up and it runs right for a while and then it doesn't. Also, I have done it again. I noticed that my base power is dying, and it occurred to me to check, and I think I know why. I think it's because I've got these deep miners running, and they are not cheap. They take 500 watts each. So I've been burning a lot of power and for a while. But then worse, I come down here and I've got this big old mess to clean up. I built a couple, they were working so good, I built a couple more, they were working so good, I built a couple more, and I did not shoot up this one. So he has been not helping me win, and instead has been creating a problem that now I have to solve. So that's going to be fun. And I really should worry about it before the next storm, because these blocks won't last forever. Oh, look, he's already 46% damaged. And these blocks represent money, right? So yeah, I should probably be working on that a little bit. In the previous video, I showed off. You can see the thing says I need to take a shower. Let's fly right into the blades and see what happens. And I got one built in my new lab. My new lab, it's turning out pretty cool. I thought I'd try something. I thought I'd put these things right at eye level, which is great, but this looks like ass. I don't like how that turned out at all. So maybe someday I'll rework it, but right now it's time for a shower. It's time to get the stink off. No peeky. So I strip down to the, and turn the thing on, get some water going. Boom, and just like that, my hygiene is improving dramatically. So that's fun. Not to worry about that ever again. What else did I drop on the floor here? Some icy housings. So yeah, I gotta clean up that mess, or not, before those blocks are lost forever. I need to get moving on the food. I really need to get moving on why we are here. Why we are here. Now, why is the light not on my helmet? Because I didn't put the suit on? Because I put the suit in my backpack. So, turning those machines off will save an immense amount of power. And clearly I need to have a better queue than just as they make one, put it in the chute or not. I really worked a lot on power. In fact, I spent hours trying to switch this venting system over to pollutant. And it didn't work out so good. The pressure, the pollutant, nitrogen's the way to go as far as I can see. So now I have a closed loop system where, as we discussed, taking advantage of some very cheap energy, trading the freezing cold atmosphere for chilled coolant, and it works slowly, and then before we use it, then it hits this chiller, which works great. I mean, it at the expense of a active vent, which is not so expensive unless you compare it to the other way. 100 watts, well, base power 100 watts, who knows what the actual draw is, and I don't care. The point is that this thing stays nice and cool. And then, because this is too slow and I was using so much power, I added in a rule to say, even if the coolant if the used coolant hasn't been cooled down properly, never let this thing get below 8 8 or so kPa. And then, so it comes over here a little bit too warm, and then this thing just runs until this thing runs and does the best it can to not let that get too hot. And then, of course, when it turns off, then it cools right down to the target minus 75. And stops doing this because the generator's idle, so we can take all the time we want to cool that off slowly before we do anything rash, like run a whole active vent. So that's working fine, and I think turning off, I don't know, 3 kilowatts worth of continual draw, especially to dump some of it into the dirt. The greenhouse then is the greenhouse, and that's all it is the greenhouse. And I got cracking on, got the stuff in here, got the furnace, got the lathe. I should be able to, in short order, have cans on demand. And I'm actually going to take the time to automate it. I left Mars without doing that part, so that's going to be fun. And then finally, in the clip that you'll never see, these combustion centrifuges run better with warmer fuel. And so I put in a exchanger, and it works. It works just fine. It takes the exhaust, which is really hot, 1909 centigrade. It's about as hot as anything I've ever seen, and exchanges it and heats up this pipe. And this pipe, you recall from the damage remediation video, has just a little bit of fuel in it. Why is it 30? How the fuck did it get to 30? There's a regulator here that says don't let it get beyond 30. Yeah, okay. So I regulate that, I gather some of it, and then we could heat it up and make that go faster, but it's marginal. It is so marginal, I'm not even going to connect that gray pipe there ever again, because what will happen is the thing rapidly gets too hot, and then it ignites in the pipe, and then we've got just bad fuel for the thing. It's just not worth it for 10, 20%. It was a good experiment, and if I cared, I could probably manage it, but I've got bigger fish to fry. Like cleaning up that mess that I started this video with. Like getting that satellite dish working and getting the traders to come. I do feel good. I spent a bunch more time on the energy situation, and I feel pretty good about how it turned out. There, now it's stopped, and the coolant is super cold, nicely pressurized, ready to go. And should it turn out that this gets low enough, well, then I'll have that stuff too. I could add a bunch more of these. Oh, but the new idea I had, was always, no matter what, while the generator's running, cool its output. I don't, as I've said, I don't want to waste my energy production on cooling, but it would be a more stable system, wouldn't it? So maybe I'll work on that. But right now, I really do want to go clean up that mess, and then tackle steel cans. What are you doing today? How's your day going? I am not feeling very good lately, but I'm sure I will bounce back. I don't need a bunch of chutes right now. Just need a bunch of space for stuff. Put those back and those. I don't know where I'm going to go with this stuff, though. I guess I should figure that out. Where am I going to put the stuff? In a locker, I guess. Yeah, when I fill a locker, I'm done. Oh, look, I'm out of iron. When I fill this backpack, I'm done. So I think I'm about to click stop on this beautiful bit of content because nobody wants to see me picking up this shit. Look at stacks. Oh yeah, good times.